Number 1. Dean Ambrose. In 2012, Dean Ambrose burst onto the main roster alongside Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins as The Shield. Together, they destroyed legends, dominated pay-per-views, and became the heartbeat of WWE programming. Ambrose wasn't just a sidekick. He was the voice of the group, the unpredictable wildcard. He'd go on to become United States Champion for an incredible 351 days, the longest reign in WWE's modern era. And when the Shield split, Dean Ambrose proved he could stand on his own, becoming WWE Champion in 2016. But by 2018, something changed. Ambrose's character became strange. His once unpredictable persona was replaced with awkward storylines, bizarre promos, and cheap heat. Behind the scenes, the man behind Dean Ambrose, Jonathan Good, was frustrated. In interviews after leaving, he revealed he'd lost faith in WWE's creative direction. And in April 2019, after months of speculation, WWE officially announced his contract wouldn't be renewed. They even gave him a farewell mat. But here's where things got strange. After Ambrose walked away, WWE wasted no time scrubbing his name from history. They stopped mentioning Dean Ambrose in commentary. Shield highlight reels were re-edited to minimize his presence, focusing instead on Rollins and Reigns. Even on WWE's YouTube channel, older videos had descriptions quietly changed, removing his name. When talking about the Shield's legacy, WWE used the phrase, "two future world champions," as if Ambrose never held the title. It wasn't just a case of moving on, it felt deliberate. But you can't erase Jon Moxley. The night his WWE contract expired, he reappeared, not in a WWE ring, but in AEW, shocking the wrestling world. In just months, Moxley rebuilt his name, becoming one of the most respected wrestlers on the planet. WWE may have tried to bury Dean Ambrose, but Jon Moxley's legend, it's louder than ever. Do you think WWE tried to erase Dean Ambrose because they feared Jon Moxley's success, or was it just business? Let's hear your thoughts. Number 2. Chris Benoit. He was one of the greatest technical wrestlers in history. A world champion. A man fans once cheered like no other. And then, he was gone, not just from wrestling but from history itself. Chris Benoit's career began long before WWE. He mastered his craft in Japan, honed his style in WCW, and by the late 90s, was considered one of the best pure wrestlers alive. In 2000, Benoit jumped to WWE and quickly became a fan favorite, known for his unmatched work ethic and intensity in the ring. His crowning moment came at WrestleMania 20 in 2004, when he defeated Triple H and Shawn Michaels to win the World Heavyweight Championship. The image of Benoit holding that title, with Eddie Guerrero by his side, became one of wrestling's most emotional moments. But in June 2007, everything changed. The wrestling world was shaken when news broke of the Benoit family tragedy, a double murder-suicide. The details were horrific and they changed the way Benoit's legacy would be remembered forever. On the night the news broke, WWE aired a full tribute show, not knowing the full extent of the story. But once the facts emerged, everything stopped. WWE removed the tribute from their website, never aired it again, and immediately distanced themselves from Benoit completely. Over the next few years, WWE did something almost unheard of. They erased a man from their history. His name vanished from commentary. DVDs and streaming content blurred him out or cut his matches entirely. On the WWE network, you could still find events he wrestled in, but his name wasn't listed in the description, and in some cases, he was completely edited out. Video packages of the Radicals arriving in WWE? Only Eddie, Saturn, and Malenko are shown. WrestleMania 20 highlights? Benoit's celebration replaced by other moments. Even Hall of Fame speeches avoided saying his name out loud. It wasn't just about avoiding controversy. It was as if WWE wanted future fans to never even know Chris Benoit existed. Today, Benoit's name is a shadow in wrestling history. His matches, his titles, his impact, all buried under the weight of what happened in 2007. For WWE, it's simple. They believe honoring him would dishonor the victims. But for wrestling historians and older fans, it's complicated. You can't erase the fact that Benoit was one of the most skilled wrestlers ever, but you also can't separate that from the tragedy. In the end, WWE didn't just try to erase Chris Benoit from history, they tried to erase the memory of him. and yet, in the minds of those who saw him wrestle, he's impossible to forget. Do you think WWE was right to erase Benoit's legacy, or should wrestling history include everything, no matter how dark? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Number 3. Vince McMahon. Love him or hate him, Vince McMahon's fingerprints are on every major WWE moment since the 1980s. The king of sports entertainment, for decades, Vince McMahon wasn't just the boss of WWE. He was WWE. He took a regional wrestling company and turned it into a global empire. He created WrestleMania, brought wrestling into mainstream pop culture, and transformed it into sports entertainment. Vince wasn't just a promoter. He was an on-screen villain, the Mr. McMahon character who feuded with The Rock, Steve Austin, The Undertaker, and countless others. For years, it seemed impossible to imagine WWE without him. But in mid-2022, shocking reports surfaced. Vince McMahon was under investigation for alleged misconduct and hush money payments. Sponsors, media, and fans demanded answers. And for the first time in his career, Vince McMahon stepped down as WWE CEO and chairman. Triple H and Stephanie McMahon took over creative and business operations. WWE didn't just make a leadership change, they started rewriting their own history. Slowly, Vince's presence began to fade. WWE video packages skipped over him entirely. WrestleMania highlight reels, once guaranteed to show Vince's face, were cut to focus only on the wrestlers. Even on commentary, his name was barely mentioned, unless absolutely necessary. On the WWE Network, certain documentaries blurred or replaced clips of Vince, while others removed his voiceovers. His famous "No Chance in Hell" theme? Almost never heard outside of old archive footage. It was as if WWE was testing what the brand would look like without the man who built it. In early 2023, Vince forced his way back into WWE to oversee a potential sale of the company, sparking controversy all over again. While he appeared briefly on TV, WWE's official branding still kept him in the shadows. They promoted WrestleMania, anniversaries, and Hall of Fame events without spotlighting him, a shocking move for a man who used to be front and center. Today, Vince McMahon's influence is still felt, but WWE's presentation makes it clear. They want fans to see the company, not the man. Whether you see it as protecting the brand or rewriting history, one thing's certain: the Vince McMahon era will never be the same. Do you think WWE is right to downplay Vince McMahon's legacy, or are they trying to erase the man who made WWE what it is today? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.